Good morning, everybody. This is low carb keto nutritionist Amy Berger from toitnutrition.com. It is Wednesday, July 22nd. It's about 9:15 a.m. on the east coast of the U.S. here, and I am once again with my morning coffee in my Rosie the Riveter mug, the We Can Do It mug, and this little topper I showed in a video a few months ago. It's like a silicone, I guess, rubber kind of thing, like looks like a little tomato top. I got this as a gift from fans. They came to me at a conference. I don't remember where. It was a conference, and they knew that I was a coffee lover. I want to say junkie. I guess it's true. They knew I was a coffee junkie, and they saw me put a little tea towel on top of my coffee mug to keep it hot. If it kind of keeps the steam from escaping, your coffee stays hot longer. And that's exactly what this is for. It's a little coffee topper. How cute is that? Anyway, I will not be able to do an affirmation video tomorrow or Friday because I actually work at a farm, a local farm here in North Carolina. If you watch my normal videos, you've probably heard me mention it. And I leave my house about 7:30. And maybe sometime in the future, I could get up early enough to even get on for like 10 minutes and do an affirmation, but probably not going to happen anytime soon. Anyway, I want to start with the affirmation for today, and then I'm going to talk really briefly again about why I do affirmations and what they are, because there's some stuff I forgot to say yesterday. I did one of these YouTube lives talking about this yesterday. So I'm going to pull one off the top of the deck. I have the introduction card on top, so I kind of skip that. I don't like to see anything prematurely. I don't want to spoil what's coming for the next day, so I keep it covered up. So I don't know what's coming for today. What do we have? It's a great one for me right now. I'll tell you why after we read it. I am open and receptive to new avenues of income. The flip side said, I now receive my good from expected and unexpected sources. I am an unlimited being, accepting from an unlimited source in an unlimited way. I am blessed beyond my fondest dreams. I'm going to repeat the front again. I am open and receptive to new avenues of income. Now, where do I start? This is only going to be about 20 minutes or so long because I have a call at 9:45 that I want to be on. But you may have heard me mention recently that I just recently left a job that was providing the vast majority of my income for the past 5 years or so. And right now, the income is going to be a bit unsteady. It's going to be a bit unpredictable. It's going to be a bit lower for a while. I am working on some projects now that are going to bear fruit in the future. I'm going to be putting in a lot of time writing some course content for a company that's making online courses in low carb and keto and how to do it simply and sanely and safely and without a ton of complication and expensive gadgets. So I'm helping them write a lot of that content. And I'm not being paid for it at all right now. I am going to receive a commission or a royalty, I guess is a better word, when the courses are selling. So, I'm working on faith right now, but I really think that these courses are going to be very helpful and hopefully clear up all the craziness that's out there in keto now. Like, this is going to be the ideal thing to start for somebody that is brand new and is overwhelmed because there's so much out there and they want the simple step-by-step one that's going to work. And I think it'll also be good for people that have been at this a while and are either not getting the results they want, or maybe they were getting the results they wanted and then it crashed and they stopped, or they just want clarity. They want, so many of us when we're new to keto, we're just kind of dipping our toes in the water, we dabble, and then we dive in with all our limbs and we read every blog and we listen to every podcast and we watch every video and we're on every Reddit forum, and it's totally overwhelming. So I think these courses will also be really good for people that think they know about keto or think they know what to do, but they want kind of a refresher and a reminder and something to like bring them back to the basics. So hello to 20 people watching. Without the crazy, yes, Sarah, definitely without the crazy. That's not what it's going to be called, but anyway, so open and receptive to new avenues of income. definitely, because my old avenue of income is gone. But for once, I am actually optimistic, and I don't even have to fake it. Normally, I really have to fake the optimism. And I'm actually, for once, feeling very, very good about what I'm working on, even though there's not any paycheck. Like, I'm just working on spec, basically. It's work that's meaningful, that I feel it's actually enjoyable. I don't know if there's any writers out there watching, but as a professional writer, there is nothing scarier than a blank page staring you in the face, or a blank screen, as it were, on the computer. And so, of course, I'm writing content for them. And I still, even though I've been a professional writer for like 7 or 8 years, I still have to force myself to sit down, butt in chair, as we writers say. I have to force myself to get my butt in the chair and start. Once I start, once there's like 4 words on the page, I can put 400 more. They'll come out. But to get myself to sit down and start is still really intimidating. Hey, Leilani, cool. Thanks for tuning in. And Sid and Janice and Cedric, I haven't said hello. Whoever's watching, hello. But something that I didn't say about these affirmations yesterday, and I will emphasize, I know it's hokey. I know it could be nonsensical. It's kind of like if you're a religious person and you believe in the power of prayer versus not, and you think it's garbage. It's whatever speaks to you, whatever you think works in your life. Do I honestly think that saying these things or changing my thought pattern is actually going to physically manifest in things coming to me magically? No, I still have to do the work. But if reframing my mindset and telling myself a new story gets me to do that work, makes me feel better about putting my butt in the chair and getting the work done, then that stuff will come. And even if it doesn't, if it just makes me feel better, isn't that still a reason to do it? Even if we call this something like a placebo effect, isn't that still worth doing? If it makes you feel better, it makes you feel better. It doesn't really matter why it makes you feel better. Hello, Tracy. I'm trying to keep up with all the new people that are coming. So speaking of how, I'm working on spec and we hope things are coming in the future, that is something that is a huge thing with affirmations. And especially if you didn't tune into the live yesterday, I'm mostly talking about a woman named Louise Hay. And she wrote this book called You Can Heal Your Life. She has numerous other books, but this was her first book. This is her most famous book. This is a perennial self-help bestseller, really never goes out of print, never goes out of style. And she also is the creator of this card deck that I have that has this daily affirmation stuff on it. Louise's big thing is that you have to say your affirmations in the present tense. I have or I am. You can't say I'm going to or I will have. Then it all stays out in the future. And if the universe hears you, again, I know this is hokey craziness, but if it helps, it helps, and it helps me. Hey, Bobby from hello from Eastern North Carolina. You guys know I'm in Durham, right? Oh, Leilani, you have the book. She is awesome. Louise Hay and Ina Garten are my spirit animals. So where was I? You have to be in the present tense because the universe hears you saying these things. And if it hears you say, I'm going to have a job I love, I'm going to have a life that works for me, I'm going to do X, Y, Z or be X, Y, Z, then that's what it hears. You're going to. Next month or next year or 5 years from now, not that you are now. And if you're always saying, I'm going to have, well, then you're going to have it. It's going to keep getting pushed out into the future to that someday I'm going to, instead of right now, I have a job I love. I have a fulfilling life. My income is increasing. Whatever. I mean, she has so many, there's affirmations for every possible circumstance, for improving your health, for improving your income, improving your relationships, improving your career, all kinds of things, even breaking bad habits, which is a huge one that I need, kind of getting out of the rut that we've been in for a really long time, self-imposed most of the time. But you do have to do it in the present tense. And it's very much, you don't believe it at first, and that's okay. You don't have to believe it. You just have to do it anyway. You have to have faith that the process is going to work. It's kind of like, wait, time for a coffee break, time for a sip. It's like if you're starting to work out and you're brand new to working out. You're going to lift the weights and you're going to go home and you don't look any different. And the next day you're going to go and lift the weights and you go home and you don't look any different. And you don't look any different for a couple of weeks maybe. Then all of a sudden you catch yourself in the mirror like, oh, look at that, there's a muscle. You have to trust the process. You have to do the thing, make the effort, perform the action, and then it comes. You know, like, you have to trust that this will work. And believe me, I am the world's biggest pessimist, the world's biggest gloomy Gus, negative, just the worst is always going to happen. And so you have to quiet that. You have to quiet that part of your mind and open the part of your mind that can just say, I am open and receptive to new avenues of income, or whatever the affirmation is. And, you know, she has tons, there's a ton in the book. You create your own, you can create your own as to whatever is relevant in your life at one moment in time. So, but it's one of those things you kind of have to fake it until you make it. You're not going to believe it. You're going to say something like one of her big ones is, my income is constantly increasing, right? Because this is a big struggle for a lot of people, is having a stable income, or, you know, an income that really supports their life. So that's one I use a lot. My income is constantly increasing. And I don't know who a fringe dweller is, but hello, thank you for stopping by. And everybody, Carly's, who else? Habits are brutal. Yes, they are. Audra, hello. Whoever I missed, hello. What was I saying? So yeah, there's going to be the part of you that says, my income is constantly increasing, or I now allow my body to return to vibrant health. And then there's going to be, oh no, that's stupid. This is dumb. It's not going to work. Why am I doing this? You have to put up a wall. And it's not that you don't have those thoughts. Those thoughts are going to come. You know, Louise Hay wasn't stupid. She didn't say you're just going to tell yourself positive affirmations and you're going to like magically feel better. You will still have the negative thoughts and voices, but you don't have to let those drown out the positive ones. You can acknowledge them. Oh, there's that negative thought. How interesting. Thank you for sharing. You can move along now. Oh, there's that fear thought. Oh, there's that thought of being angry. Oh, you can like observe them as like passing things, like, oh, there's my anxiety. Oh, bye. So I see you. I acknowledge you. You may leave for the day. Thank you very much. Again, I know this is nuts. I'm just sharing it with you because it works for me most of the time, not always. And something else to really know about affirmations is that, coffee break again. Besides having to say them in the present tense, even if it's not true, right? Even if you feel like your income is not increasing, even if you feel like your body is not healing, even if you feel like your fractured relationship is not mending, whatever the situation is, you have to act as if, speak as if, think as if. The inner monologue, Louise Hay is very big on actually vocalizing, verbalizing aloud, not just thinking things, saying them. She's even bigger on what she calls mirror work, literally looking in a mirror at yourself and saying these affirmations. I'm not there yet. That's just a bridge too far for me right now. It's enough for me to think it and sometimes say them. I have a CD of hers that I listen to in my car that I pretty much have memorized. I've listened to it. I couldn't tell you how thousands of times, like on constant repeat for the last 2 years. And what else was I saying? Oh, right. Besides them, you have to say them in the present tense. Even if you don't believe it, you have to act and speak as if those things are happening and you are those qualities. You do have those qualities. They have to be positive affirmations. It's not just affirmations, it's positive affirmations. So like she uses the example of, because a lot of what she deals with and a lot of what she talks about in her first book is like chronic illness. You can't have the thought of, I wish I wasn't so sick, or like, why am I so tired all the time? You have to shift it into something positive. I accept perfect health now. I am now open to the healing power of my body, or like with money. Why am I so poor? Why do I have so many bills? Why can't I manage my finances? You have to say something more like, I am open and receptive to all the prosperity and abundance in the universe. And just things, it has to be positive. She uses the example too of a car. Like, let's say you've got an old clunker of a car and it's on its last legs and you really need a new one, but you can't afford one, or you just haven't looked yet, or whatever. You can't say, I hate this car, like this car is junk. You have to say, I have a beautiful new car that suits all my needs. It always has to be, because again, the universe is hearing you. And if you say, I hate my car, it's such a piece of junk, then that's what the universe hears. Oh, Joe hates his car, it's a piece of junk. Yeah, that's very true. Joe does hate his car and it's a piece of junk. Or the universe can hear Joe say, I have a beautiful new car that suits all my needs. And then the universe, Joe has a new car that suits all his needs. And then the universe brings Joe the new car, and again, it's not that it manifests out of thin air. Like, I'm not that ridiculous, but, like me, all these years, why can't I just lose weight? Why am I so chubby? Why do I have to work so hard? Why can't I just eat like normal people? Why can't I control my eating? All of that's negative. And guess what? It's been a problem for me most of my life. Instead of saying, I'm so grateful for my healthy body. I'm so glad that my body works, despite the thyroid problem. I'm so, whatever it is, like you can see I have trouble coming up with positive ones about my body and my weight. But, I'll say, I mentioned when the video started that I work at a local farm. And on the farm days, it helps me to remember how grateful I am for my body, because I am carrying about 10 or 15 extra pounds, but it's not affecting my health. It's not affecting my mobility. It's vanity. I don't like the way I look, but I just turned 42 years old, and farm work is not for the weak. Farm work is backbreaking. It's hard. You're carrying heavy buckets of stuff. You're bending down half the day. You're just on your feet for 8 or 9 hours at a time in the heat, in the South in the summer, if you're in the South in the summer. But while I'm doing the work, I can, and it's not even usually while I'm doing the work, it's when I'm on my way home for the day, that I think, there are people half my age that don't have the stamina to do what I did that day. There's people 10 years younger than me who don't have the physical capacity, whether it's because they have some type of disability and literally don't have the capacity, or they're so sick, they're so metabolically ill, or have limited mobility due to pain or size or something, that they can't do what I'm doing. And so, you know what? Guess what? I'm about 10 or 15 pounds heavier than I'd like, but I can still do this hard as heck farm work. So that's pretty cool. And I can be really grateful that my arms and my legs and my back allow me to do that. And I never forget that I came back from Iraq in one piece. Thank God. I was deployed for 6 months, and not everybody was so fortunate. My sight I wasn't blinded by an explosion. I don't have PTSD. I wasn't in a crazy situation like so many other service people were. I mean, how lucky can a girl get? I'm 10 pounds overweight. Who cares? I mean, come on, right? So, sip break. Anyway, I am probably we have a couple more minutes. So let's see, what are the comments? I love that people just stop by to say hello. That's great. British Columbia, it's early out there, Mary God. What is it, like 6:30 in the morning there? Good morning. My goodness. It's kind of a long story. I mentioned yesterday I want to start doing these earlier. It didn't really happen today because I was at my boyfriend's place overnight and I didn't get here until later. But what else can I say? I don't know. These help. I know it's hokey, but like I said yesterday, I've spent a lifetime, 40 something years, being negative and talking badly about myself and expecting the worst to happen and worst case scenarioing. And Holland, hello, my gosh, I love the international audience here. So I heard the greatest word not long ago. It was catastrophize. The word catastrophe as a verb, as an action, like I catastrophize everything, I'm catastrophizing. And so I've spent 40 something years catastrophizing instead of expecting the best. Plan for the worst, have a plan in place in case the stuff hits the fan, but expect that things won't be the worst. Expect that they'll actually work out really well. And that's what I'm doing with the work I'm doing now, sort of working on faith that it's going to be really good in the end. And the negativity and the pessimism hasn't worked out that well for me, all these years. Not that my life is pretty darn good, but at the same time, I've also kept myself from pursuing a lot of opportunities because I was fearful. I thought I would fail. I didn't think I was good enough. You know how many opportunities I've passed up on because I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't even try. It's not that I tried and didn't make it. I didn't even try. So we're done. We're done with not trying. We're done with not risking. And that's sort of where all this affirmation stuff comes in. I've lived in the negative for most of my life, and it didn't, go so great. So it couldn't hurt to try the positive. And I can fake it till I make it. And like I said, some days are better than others. Some days I don't have to fake it. Yesterday, I actually felt better than I have in a while. And I wonder if it's because yesterday was really the first day that I started working on this new project. I quit the other job about 2 weeks ago. And in the meantime, I've been procrastinating a lot. I've been doing some other stuff. But I also went away for the weekend. So I at least kind of got out of the environment, so to speak, and I relaxed a little bit. But I wonder if just finally working on something that I feel better about and work that is maybe a little more fulfilling for me is already starting to open up these channels, for lack of a better word, channels of better energy, better income sometime, well, not in the future, the income is coming. You know what I mean? Like that it is something valuable. We'll see how things go. I have more of that work to do today, and I'm going to stop rambling. Yeah. I won't be able to do an affirmation tomorrow morning. I could do one when I get home from the farm, probably. So sometime in the evening, but like 7 a.m, probably not going to work. So I'm going to sign off now. Let me see if I missed anybody. Mary Jones, making my health optimal. Yeah. Optimal health is the best defense. I mean, look at the, things like type 2 diabetes, hypertension, having obesity, cardiovascular disease, all these pre-existing things definitely seem to make you more susceptible to this virus. And if you do get it, your prognosis is worse. So, what is Angie Poston? Hey, hello. God, I feel like I have all these friends here. Boyne City, Michigan. Stormy. I wish it was stormy here. I might go for a walk. It's very sunny. It's like already 85 degrees here, and it's only 9:42 in the morning, but if I don't walk, I could literally, I have a 1-bedroom apartment. So if I don't walk, I can look at my little step thing on my phone and it's like 5 steps for the whole day, So you are welcome, Dan. You're welcome for this. And I'm going to sign off now because I'm going to get on my 9:45 call. But thank you for watching. I hope this is cool. Like if you are into this stuff or you want to learn about it, check out You Can Heal Your Life or just look at Louise Hay online. So much good stuff. It's just all positive. It couldn't hurt. And the fact that this book has been so popular for so long, and all of her stuff, and Wayne Dyer, or like Eckhart Tolle, all these other positive affirmation, live in the now type people, the fact that this is so big shows us how many people are affected by the constant negative self-talk, and how many of us are trying to not be that way anymore. And so at least I'm not alone. Bought the book yesterday. Good, Mary. I hope it's helpful. It's kind of like keto. When people ask me, is keto good for X? And fill in the medical condition. Is it good for PCOS, gout, warts, stub toe, whatever it is? Is keto good for this? My answer, I just realized about like affirmation stuff and keto, is kind of the same. It's either gonna help a lot, it's gonna help a little, or it's not going to do anything. It's going to be neutral. It's never really going to make anything worse. I've never heard of keto making things worse. I've never heard of positive thinking making something worse. It's either going to help or it's not. And the one exception to keto not making things worse is if you have an inborn error of fatty acid metabolism. It's very, very rare. It's a genetic thing that you're born with. These people usually don't live very long. They actually usually perish very young, because it's almost like a catastrophic metabolic error that you can't even live with. But those people cannot do a ketogenic diet. Other than that, be a Tigger, not an Eeyore. Oh, I'm such a natural Eeyore. It's crazy. All right. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. You all have a good Wednesday. Go eat some good keto food. Get your own coffee, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.